Hey y'all, Bloodwing here, back to bring some grumpiness to your internet, and welcome back to Redneck Radio, the live stream where today you get an extra healthy side helping of chocolate ice cream. And I say that because I have some in my freezer and I hear it calling me. Sounds good, but I'll probably save that for later. How y'all doing? Beth, seen you out there. He's here early. Jim, and yes, very likely Monkey will start streaming. And Scribe, of course, has a premiere right now. So if you want to go over and watch that, I understand. I understand. It's okay. Alex says he'll be along shortly, so we'll see what happens with that. Hey, number one. Hey, Pat, what's going on? Going on? I meant to come over and check your stream earlier, and I ended up taking a nap instead. Sorry, but yeah, hope everybody's doing good on this Saturday. I've got the day off. Uh, yeah, I know we did, Pat. But this is my normal time, so I'm gonna stick to it. Hey, Michael, I haven't seen you for a while. How you doing? Um, So yeah, I hope everybody's Saturday is going well. I happen to have this one off. I have to work tomorrow, but just a little bit, just a few hours early in the morning. So if I do decide to do anything like a game stream or something tomorrow afternoon or early evening, it should not interfere with that. Michael says, sorry about that, sir. Hope you and yours are doing well. You got nothing to be sorry about, man. Life comes first. But yeah, we're doing fine. We're doing fine. Just trying to plug along and make our way like everybody else. Um, but yeah, end of the week for me, because our pay period goes from Sunday through Saturday. So, and I am just as tired at the end of this week as I was last week, and probably worked 10 hours less. This whole going to the door and curbside is killing this old fella, and it is all of us. Uh, we'll be glad to have it over, but from what I hear, it's probably going to be at least another couple of weeks because our mayor has shut down the county, which Indianapolis takes up almost the entirety of Marion County until the 15th, and the governor says he's not opening the state until the 11th. So I'm guessing about 2 weeks more of this stuff. But I mean, I'll make it through, but I'll be glad. We're all looking forward to it. And then that's what I tell people when they get up there. This is stupid. This is dumb. Why you got to do this? Well, it's not fun for us either. We're not enjoying it. So, and you complaining about it ain't gonna fix it. So, be quiet. Um, yeah, Michael says I'm not ready to return to my normal work schedule. Yeah, I know. When I decided to come back, my district manager asked me what kind of schedule I wanted. I told her about 20 hours or so, and she scheduled me for over 30. I really wanted to just kind of ease back into working after 3 weeks off because, I'm old and uh, health issues and so forth. But, was what it was, and I made it through. Like to kill me, but I made it through. Eric Peter says our governor extends us to July 6th. Wow, that's quite a ways out. Kyle says I know complaining about it won't help, but complaining is fun. Right, but direct your complaining to the right person. If I had a nickel for everybody that acted like it was my fault they couldn't come in the shop and that we had to greet them at the door, I wouldn't have to work anymore right now. As I mentioned last stream, and I won't spend a whole lot of time this week talking about what's happened at work. But as I mentioned last time, this just brought a whole lot of dumb people out, and it just keeps going. Jim Bean says, "What's the status of your store manager? Was quarantined or something?" Yeah, I talked about this last week. Actually, she no longer works for the company. I have a new manager. Um, and Devil Fruit Zero. Hey, stopping in before D&D at noon. Hope you're well, blood. And saying to chat. Yeah, doing good. Glad you stopped in. Have a new manager. Fella just a couple of years younger than me. I like him. I like him a lot. And since he started to work here, I made me realize more now than I did before just how much my previous manager wasn't getting done, because he's a go-getter and he's getting a lot done for us. Unholy Reaper, how you doing? Afternoon. Um, but yeah, we have a new manager. Oh, well, look at there. A wild monkey appears. Imagine that. What's up, buddy?
How you doing, man?
Doing all right. How you?
Oh, sore as shit. Just woke up. Medicines are still kicking in, but otherwise happy.
Oh, yeah.
By the way, Lady Monkey said to tell you hi.
Well, hello to Lady Monkey. Love you. Yeah, doing good. Haven't seen you on the show for a while. Our schedules don't exactly match up all the time.
No, they've been, especially this last probably 2 weeks, my schedule's just been so wonky, man. Waking up way late in I can't even call it afternoon, evening time. I've missed quite a few shows because of this.
Yeah.
Heard you were just talking about you got a new boss?
Yeah, got a new manager. I don't know if you're up to date on the story, but the old manager, when all this came down, got quarantined. She didn't have the virus, but she got some kind of infection. Her doctor told her she was quarantined anyway. And in the process, one evening, she got drunk, called everybody in the company, including her employees and her superiors, and told them what she thought of this staying open crap.
Wow.
Yeah, so she no longer has a job there. But, so we have a new one.
By all means, tell somebody, but not everyone.
Yeah. Oh, she called me, was screaming and hollering because at that point I hadn't made up my mind if I was going to try to stay home and self-isolate for a while or not. But
there was at one of my previous employment places where I worked customer service over the phone, right? This guy famously quit when they changed some policies, and they had this system where you could actually record something and send it literally to everybody.
Yeah.
And that's what he did. Like, well, I guess you want to make sure you never come back to work here, huh?
Not a good move.
Hey, by all means, I understand getting mad and stuff, when stuff changes at your company or something goes bad. Burning bridges is rarely a good idea.
Yeah. Well, it didn't help that she was threatening to sue and claim she'd already contacted a lawyer because she felt like, they were endangering all our lives by staying open and blah, blah, blah.
Well, I mean, I was just watching Matt Christensen's latest video.
Right.
And he's talking about that crazy. I didn't realize that chick was a teacher and that she was yelling at students. This woman, she's caught on tape yelling at these kids in a park. 2 kids standing together, yelling at them that she hopes they get coronavirus and die painfully.
At kids.
Oh,
good Lord.
But that's what they've done to people with this thing. Look, coronavirus, I don't want to look. It's not scary at all. Yeah, I get it. I do. But that kind of stuff, people are taking it way overboard.
Oh, yeah. I mean, at work, they're supplying masks and gloves, and we are curbside or at the door only. You're not allowed inside the shop.
Right.
Which is the same rule the liquor stores here have to follow, and we've been made to follow the same rules. And that's rough on us employees. That's a lot of running around.
Sure.
But, we're doing it. We're making it through, and I'll probably still continue to use the gloves for a little while after it gets opened up, just to be sure. But yeah, I'm like not going nuts. The only time I've even wore a mask out in public is when I had to go to Walmart and get some shoes earlier a week ago. And, Well, that's because it was Walmart. You know?
Yeah, you should probably wear gloves in there every day.
Yeah.
But, we're mandated if we go out to stores. We're supposed to wear masks. I haven't been out since right before all this happened.
Right.
I've just kept my ass in, but like that's a big stretch for me anyhow.
Yeah. I was like, what's different, monkey?
I don't know. I think people are taking it a little too far.
Oh yeah, we had a lady. I'll tell you, this is hilarious. We had a lady come to the door, and she wanted a couple of cartons of cigarettes, and she's staying way back, which is okay, fine, but there's a fellow that hangs out in our store. He's been a fixture in that area for years and years. Everybody knows him. And the people in the chat know who I'm talking about. I've talked about him before. We call him Bubby, and he's not right. He's not all there. He's just a sweet guy. He's just sweet. And she's seen him coming, and he's apt to just walk up and grab you and hug you. But she's seen him coming, and she's standing out there screaming at him, "Stand back, stand back!" It reminded me of that video of what's his name? Stand your ground, stand your ground.
Oh, Worski,
Yeah. Everybody in the shop, because my new manager was in there, and we're all just dying laughing at this moment. Stand back.
Beth says, "Monkey, that mandate is happening here too." Yeah, I mean it's a lot of places across the country are starting with that, and I don't know if it's all that necessary. I'm not a disease person there.
Yeah.
I don't study this stuff for a living.
No. No, I'm just trying to do what I can to protect myself a little bit, because I can't deny that I'm in the high risk category. So is what is.
The other part of it though is like with these kids who are outside, and I'm glad Matt pointed this out in his video, because we've been talking about it this last week. Trump pointed out in the very infamous video of him telling people to ingest cleaners, which he never did.
Right.
He points out that as they expected might happen with this virus, and anybody with a brain, except for the most what's the word I'm looking for here? Hypochondriac freak ass motherfuckers out there. In the summertime, viruses die down because they don't live well in the sun. Most of them just don't. The sun being the best disinfectant, that's not just a euphemism.
Right.
It's reality most of the time. And so this lady freaking out on those people, on those kids, like, how dare you be outside instead of cooped up with the virus? Oh dear God.
Yeah. Well, I'm thankful that at least half of my grandkids live up there your way, up there in Michigan, and they've got a big yard. They live in a real small town, and so they're able to go out and play.
Yeah, and that's probably what's best for kids right now. Plus, I mean, they're having trouble even showing kids can. Why do you feel attacked, nuts? Are you a hypochondriac motherfucker?
Well, if you are, that's on you. But
you'll be fine.
Yeah. They just leave me to my own devices. Now, I am glad that I have started wearing the gloves, because there's been instances where I'm really happy I got these gloves. I went up to the door, an old fellow on a cane, and he's wanting to buy some chew, some Red Man. And without thinking, he licks his fingers.
Oh, God, yeah.
To separate his money and hand it to me. I'm like,
people,
yeah.
Don't do that. Money is one of the nastiest things you will ever touch.
Oh, at the end of the shift, when I take them gloves off, they are brown. I mean, they're just literally brown, and they're supposed to be blue.
Yeah, everybody handles this stuff. The skin slowly schleps off your body every day, and money will do that. It picks it up.
Yeah, but
and it's nasty. Don't lick your fingers and then touch money.
Yeah, no, I didn't like that even before the virus thing. Like, yeah, don't lick that and hand it to me. Come on.
Nasty.
Yeah, but we're making it through pretty good, and our company understand that there's a point. You can't let the people run you all over the place, because it's at the door, it's at the curb, and there's one person in there trying to take care of everything. And you get the people wanting to look at our glassware, which is what we have to officially call the pipes and bongs and nectar collectors and all that stuff. Well, I want to look at your pipes. Can I come in? No, you can't come in.
Not today.
Well, can you show me some of them? Okay, I'll grab a few. And those people want to run you everywhere. But for the most part, they don't care if you're like, look, this is enough. You want something or not? I told the guy yesterday to come up to the door. He goes, this is stupid. We can't go in and everything. I said, well, it ain't on us. It's the state. The state's making us follow these rules. Well, it's all dumb and everything. He says, I know the vape shop down the street is open and letting people in, and it's privately owned, right? He can do what he wants to. I'm like, well, okay, how come? And I told him, why aren't you there instead of here then? I mean, only makes sense.
Right? Well, he's probably down at the vape shop going, the people down the road will let me in.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's not unlike a customer to lie to you.
Oh, no. Oh, absolutely not. You catch them all the time. Yeah.
My favorite when I used to work at Walmart. I was here the other day and a manager said we could do it. Which one? I don't know. Well, describe him. It was a guy.
It was a guy.
Yeah. You come back when he's here. He'll take care of you.
Yeah. But yeah, we got a new manager. I really like this fella. He gets my humor. The first thing I said to him was, look, the first thing you got to remember when I met him, first words out of my mouth was, do not take me serious. Don't take what I tell you to heart, because 90% of what I say are jokes. But yeah, we get along real good, and I'm liking it.
Cool.
Even though they're running my feet off, but yeah.
It's always good when you have a boss that you like.
Yes.
Or that you get along with. Because I've had bosses that I liked who were not good bosses.
Right.
So, I mean, there's a slight difference there, but you get what I mean. Somebody that you enjoy working for.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's just like the last manager, the lady that got herself fired. I liked her. I liked her fine as a person, but she wasn't. And with this new manager, it's even more glaring. She wasn't that good of a manager.
Right. Yeah. Comes obvious after a while.
Yeah. Kyler says, take a picture of the glassware on your phone, let the customers look at it that way. Just an idea. I've done that. Absolutely. I've had people hand me their phone and say, can you go take a picture of what you got? Yeah, okay. I have done that.
Our smoke shop, which saying local isn't even right, because they're quite a distance away. They are just now opening curbside. They had it before you could. I don't know if you were supposed to email them or call them or what.
Uh-huh.
And they were actually shipping it to you.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Well, my manager just told me yesterday, because I ran into this situation Thursday evening where I had cars lined up. I had at least 6 people sitting out there, and none of them wanted to get out of their cars.
Oh.
And I'm the only guy in the shop at this point. And they just and in the process, somebody snuck their way in my shop while my back was turned while I was talking to somebody in their car.
Oh.
Yeah. And somebody told me that, hey, somebody just went in there. And I said, oh, no, he didn't. I ran in there and said, you can't be in here, dude. Get the heck out.
You're going to get beat with a cane, young man.
But he told me, I just says, look, he says, when it's late in the day like that and you get a bunch of people, just stay at the door. He says, I don't even want you to do the curbside. Just stay at the door. So, okay, cool.
And just do it like a drive up, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
Huh.
But it's different times. We're all in this together, and you blaming me for your inconvenience is not going to help none of us.
Not going to change anything.
No, absolutely not. We're getting through it. It's interesting. It's interesting for sure.
Does your shop have a website?
We do. Yeah. It's part of a corporate chain. Well, I don't care to say it's low
No,
bobs. It's low bobs is what it is.
I was just wondering if they could see the glass collection by going on a site.
I don't know, because it's going to be different
per store.
Because
Right.
depending on what neighborhood you're in, depends on how they stock you. Like for instance, and I don't mean this to sound bad, in the black neighborhoods, there's going to be a whole lot more Newports there than there are in mine. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, they stock you according to what neighborhood you're in. So it might not be the same from store to store. I don't know.
Right. Yeah. And with a corporate chain, that'll make it harder. Where if it was I think our local one is a chain. I think technically they have, 4 or 5 shops, but they're pretty much all run the exact same way. It's not corporate. It's just some guy who's set up 5 shops already.
Oh, yeah, I got you. Zombie Teddy, yes, some of our stores actually have a drive-through.
Cool.
Ours does not, but some of them do, yeah. He was asking if there was such a thing, but yeah, there is. Kyler says, makes sense. You got to stock what sells. It does. It does. I mean, we're in the hood, but it's a redneck hood, and it's the wrong hood for Newports. And we've got an entire shelf of at least, let's see, I think I've got 65 cartons of Newports there that have been there since I started work in November. So, yeah, it's the wrong hood for it. But yeah, good to see. Oh, and I don't know if you've seen the tweet. I think it was last Sunday that I was listening from the shop while you were streaming. I wanted to thank you for that because you kept me sane.
I saw you in chat mentioning that you were listening.
Yeah, yeah. I was the only one there, so I thought, well, what the heck? I'm going to turn off the radio, monkey streaming. I'm going to listen.
It's not like I would say anything bad anyway.
Well, nobody could hear you. They can't get past the door, so I had it turned down enough they wasn't going to hear you. And I didn't get to hear a lot of it. It was just the fact of hearing a familiar voice.
Oh, yeah, I can see that.
It's just like, yeah, this is helping because these people are idiots and I'm going to choke somebody out.
Yeah.
I'm going to do it. But my hood, he says, I'm guessing Red Man and Marlboros. Marlboros and whatever's cheapest. That's what we sell. A lot of Marlboros and a lot of the cheap cigarettes, whatever's cheapest. So, and yeah, quite a bit of Red Man.
Chew. Where I worked at the Walmart, we sold a lot of Grizzly.
Yeah,
a ton of Grizzly.
We don't sell as much Grizzly as we used to. We sell, of course, a lot of the big names, the Copenhagen, the Skull, all that. But as far as the lesser priced, we sell a lot more of it's a cheaper brand called Stoker, and there's one called Wolf, Timber Wolf. We sell a lot of that. Not as much as Grizzly.
Will you say Wolf again?
Timber Wolf.
Wolf. I love rednecks. Y'all are great.
Zombie Teddy says, I like the American Spirits Black Pack. Yep, we carry those too, but my God, they're expensive. Whew. Can't imagine. I rung up a lady yesterday that wanted the Virginia Slims and bought 2 cartons of them, and it was over $200.
Oof.
For 2 cartons. And I'm like, oh my God, this is why I roll my own.
Dude, roll your own.
Oh, yeah, because I can get enough to last me 2 weeks or longer for like $20.
Yeah. That's what I do.
Yeah.
I'm poor, man. I'm a YouTuber. I'm an influencer, but not a very good one. I got to go cheap.
You betcha. You betcha. And Michael was just glad I quit 15 years ago. Yeah, me too. Good on you, Michael.
God, I so want to quit. And people here say, "Well, you still do it." Yeah, you're obviously not a smoker.
Yeah.
I would love to quit.
Yeah.
If for nothing else, I'd stop coughing on stream.
Yeah, I mean, I would too. And I have cut down quite a bit, believe it or not. And I told this to my doctor. I had a doctor's appointment a couple of weeks ago on the phone because their office is closed. But he did call me at my appointment time, and we discussed things. But I was telling him, I believe it or not, since I've went to work at the smoke shop, I don't smoke as much because I do light them. I don't get to smoke them because I'm too busy.
Right. Work has that effect on people.
Yeah, it just sits there in the ashtray and burns up. So I don't smoke as much since I've been at work at the smoke shop. But yeah, I still need to. And I've been smoking for, see, I'm 60, so 48 years. Yeah. Long time.
Plus, they told us that might be helping keep COVID away. So
I heard that.
I'm not stopping until they prove that one way or another.
I heard that. Yeah.
Got enough risk factors.
You betcha. Yeah. But yeah, it's I'm back at work. It's been interesting. I'm glad to be back to work, but man, I can't wait till this at the door curbside stuff ends, because it's killing us. I'm telling you.
Yeah, I imagine.
Because you'd be surprised at how many people are regular customers, and you go to the door and say, "What can I get for you?" And they're like, "Well, I need tobacco, but I can't remember what brand it is and what brand of my tubes are," and because that's our biggest business in this neighborhood.
Sure, yeah,
is the roll your own stuff, and they can't even well, it's on the back wall and it's about here in between. Okay, I think I know which one you mean.
Well, I know mine, because when I do go out, I walk in, I tell them exactly what I want. Our tubes we pick up ourselves. They have them on a display right inside the door.
Well, our shop is fairly good size as tobacco shops go. It's pretty good size. It's actually was once upon a time 2 shops, and they busted out the middle wall in between. So we occupy 2 spaces in the strip mall. But all of our roll your own tobacco and the tubes and everything are on the back wall, so people help themselves. The only thing that we have that they don't have access to is our glassware and the packs and cartons of cigarettes.
Do you guys have the loose pipe tobacco, or do you only sell it already packaged?
No, it's loose. Yeah,
okay.
That's our biggest business. In fact, out on the sign it says the roll your own headquarters.
Well, they have several here. I mean, they have the stuff they buy it in bulk and they put it into Ziploc bags for you.
Oh no, we don't have that. No.
Oh, that's the good stuff. You got to come up here. I'll get you some of that. That is some smooth stuff. Because what we get, there's a couple of brands up here, and they're still better than smoking pre-rolls. Because God, have you smoked one of those recently? They will kill you.
Yeah, I didn't roll enough one day before I went to work, and I ran out, so I bought a pack of cheap cigarettes. They're called LDs, but they're our cheapest.
Mm-hmm.
They weren't bad, but it was like, okay, I'd rather have one of my own.
No, the last time I got a pack of cigarettes, man, that I bought from a store pre-rolled, for like the next week, it felt like I had pneumonia. It was just so thick and nasty in my lungs after that. Now this other stuff is smooth.
Yeah.
Children, don't smoke. Smoking's bad for you. We do not endorse people starting.
No, absolutely not.
I fully endorse it, actually. I fully 100% endorse it. If you smoke, you look cool. You'll get all the girls, and it's really social. Sorry,
and it's how you get the MS.
And that's how you get MS. How's it going?
Wonderful, my friend. How are you?
I'm bloody wonderful, mate. I'm bloody wonderful. Hello, Mr. Wing.
Howdy.
I just finished another shit track. I call them shit tracks, but the lyrics weren't written by me, so I mean it's got to be better in it if it's written by someone else. I have a ghostwriter when it comes to this kind of thing. But how are we, darlings? I know my t-shirt's creased to fuck. Leave me alone. I've got MS. Leave me alone.
Real quick, thank you, Shio, for the donation over on Streamlabs. Delighted to see 7 of 9 is in Picard, but I'd prefer to see me in 7 of 9. All right, Shio.
Subtle.
Yeah.
So while we're talking about smoking,
Always just talking about my shop, my work, because that's what I was talking about when Monkey came in, and we just continued.
Okay.
Why weren't you here on time so you knew?
Because I was making a fucking video, Ranting Monkey, which you would know about if you ever made a fucking video.
People keep bringing
content
that up.
Creator, my ass.
I said influencer. Thank you.
Please don't take that.
I'm an influencer.
You're a ball is what you are.
I'm an influencing ball bag.
Yeah. If you've seen Cannibalistic Wizards post that says you've heard of the 3 Stooges, now get ready for the 3 Cripples.
That's right.
Oh dear. But what have we been up to, gentlemen? What have we been up to? I haven't seen Monkey in bloody ages. Oh yeah, because he's playing video games. I should really use my video game YouTube channel. Well, I created it specifically to play video games in the dead of the night when I'm in agony. And I've been playing the shit out of Stranded Deep recently. It really appeals to my autism.
Why aren't you streaming it?
I don't know, man. I have no idea. I should. That's what that channel's literally for. I created it for the same reason you created yours. And I just.
And see, that's why you need an influence in your life to remind you to go do it.
Yeah. I should probably make a second channel for that because I've started doing some game streams lately. So.
Yeah. My theory is if you're going to be streaming anyway or playing anyway, you might as well stream it. And I don't always get to do that, especially this week, man. My throat is screwed this week. So even on the game streams with Satsu, I'm not talking much if you guys watch and pay attention. But yeah, when I can, I love to just come on, like, fuck it, I'm playing a video game anyway, guys. Here we go. Let's go.
Yeah, I mean, that's my feeling. Lately, I've been streaming BioShock, the original BioShock, the remastered version. And I'm going to play it anyway, so you might as well come along and watch me die over and over to the Big Daddy, because I'm going to.
Monkey, do you remember when you and Weibo dragged me onto a stream to read My Immortal?
Oh, yes.
Well, yeah, you that inspired me. I was thinking about what I could do on Twitch to kind of mix it up a bit. And last weekend, I read some of the worst fan fiction. Not quite as bad as My Immortal, but some pretty bad supernatural ones. Yeah, it was really weird. Dean had a baby with a car. Yeah. No.
Right in the tailpipe.
Yeah. And the only way to break off the egg sac was to hit it with his penis. I don't know why. I don't know who wrote that. I was left with just as many questions as you're pondering right now.
But why?
There was also a little bit of incest in there as well. They call it Wincest because Winchester brothers.
Right.
Yeah. I appreciate the wordplay and everything, but
still creepy.
It's very odd. Yeah.
I'm a redneck and I ain't down with that.
You don't tell the kids not to do something. Tell them not to stick their dick in a fucking car exhaust. What is wrong with you?
It's nothing that ever entered my head as a child.
No.
I mean, maybe stick a banana in a tailpipe, but that's it.
Or a potato, yeah.
No, banana, that's from Beverly Hills Cop.
Yeah.
That's the only reason I thought of it. I never would have thought, let's stick something in somebody's tailpipe.
You were outdone by a man who stuck a banana in a tailpipe. All 3 of those movies. I know that you don't like the third, but as a kid, I saw the third one. And as a kid, you see the theme park, and you're like, "Oh, it's a theme park, yeah."
Fair enough.
Yeah, it's the same kind of thing. Sorry, I'm
Speaking
excited.
Of movies, I just watched the new one out on Netflix with what's his name that played Thor on the Marvel movies. What is that actor's name?
Chris.
Yeah, Hemsworth. What is it called?
Dave.
Extraction. Not bad. It's not bad. It's an action movie, and if you go in it expecting that it's an action movie, then you won't be let down. They do try to make it more than that, but that kind of fails. But yeah, it was a good action movie. Wasn't bad.
You heard it here, folks. Just go in it thinking Commando and nothing else.
Oh, there's plenty of action. It's very bloody, and the action is non-stop. But
good. That's what I expect of an action movie. Yeah. Chris Hemsworth. I don't know if I could rate him as an actor. I suppose he played Thor rather well, but
yeah. Well, there's my favorite scene in it is there's a scene where he hits a guy with a truck to protect his kid, and the kid he's protecting says, "You hit him with a truck," and he just looked at him nonchalantly and says, "Yep."
Oh, good. That's what action movies are supposed to have. They're supposed to have those, cheesy one-liners in them. And if it didn't have that, I would be very disappointed.
Yeah, if you like action movies, give it a watch. It's not bad. It's not a waste of time. Put it that way.
I enjoy a good action movie.
Since we're kind of on acting for a moment, I want to take a moment. I forget the guy's real name, but the guy who played Ted on Scrubs died. And I love the show Scrubs. And it's my son was just up there watching it, and it reminded me of one of that guy's best lines. There's a scene where Courtney Cox comes in as the new chief of medicine on the show. And she looks in his briefcase. And the only thing in there, she goes, "There's only a gun and a smiley face pin." He goes, "Yeah. One's for if I get sad. The other one's for if I get really sad."
I like it.
He was a great actor, and it's sad to see him die the way he brain cancer. He just had a kid like last year.
Oh, for fuck's sake!
Oh my gosh. Well, that's what Neil Peart, the drummer for Rush, died of earlier this year.
Yeah.
Going around. Yeah.
The others for if I get really sad. That scene is so great. There's so many great moments like that with Ted, because Ted is this Ted is Charlie Brown, man. He is just the Charlie Brown of the whole show. And it's if you've never watched Scrubs, go watch Scrubs in honor of Ted, you shitheads.
I enjoyed Scrubs quite a lot all those many years ago.
Oh, we still watch it quite regularly. We're a family that needs background noise, even if we're not actually paying attention to it. The TV is pretty much always on. Like my son, he'll sit up there. Yeah, Lady Monkey's asleep. I'm down here, and I go upstairs, and he's got a chair pulled up to where he's playing his PlayStation 4, and right next to that is the main TV in the house, and he's just got that on for background noise. Well, you're fine.
I like it. I like it a lot.
Yeah, he's usually watching. Yesterday, I went up there. He was watching Eddie Izzard's Dress to Kill. Oh, I haven't seen that in forever. You've never seen Eddie Izzard Dress to Kill? It's a comedy show he did years and years and years ago. It's one of the comedy shows that when I first saw it, I made all of my friends watch it. Like, if you guys have not seen it, you have to watch it. Absolutely amazing. My son has very good taste in what he watches.
There you go. Sounds like my kids, they're all like that. Their TVs are always on. I'm not like that, but
it depends on what I'm doing. Like, if I'm playing a video game, I don't need something on in the background. Right. But there are times that I'll turn something on just to have noise. I'm an 80s kid, man. We grew up with TV on.
Well, true.
You grew up with silent pictures and stuff.
Not quite. We had TV, but it was black and white.
It was just mom and dad protect. Oh, there's that little bird. If I could shoot you, I would. He's loud.
I'm creating a temporary music video for this diss track at the end of the next Lord Bear Hall of Shame, and it's about a fella called G-Man. He's a bit of a doofus, shall we say? He's a religious doofus as well. And if you don't adhere to his standard of being a Christian, then you're an atheist. As if that's a pejorative.
Well, I mean, for a Christian, it probably is, but especially if so he gets to decide what is and is not atheist or Christian.
Yeah, pretty much. He's the arbiter of Christianity, apparently.
Hey, Viber.
All right.
I've got into it with him a couple of times in the last, I don't know, week or so. I went onto his channel because he was holding the pre-trials. You see, he was holding a trial to be judged, which I don't get because, I mean, I could have sworn Matthew something 12, isn't it? Thou shalt not judge.
That's a little more than my religious knowledge.
It's actually in several places.
Well, I mean, then he should know that.
She be judged, sure, but I don't know where that's at.
I mean, Bloodwing, you're a better Christian than I suppose. I suppose you would probably know what passage it is.
It's in actually, I believe, like 3 of the Gospels, but exactly where, no, at the moment escapes me.
Oh, okay. Cool. What the fuck?
Yeah, I mean, it's not up to me to, you do you, and I'll do me, and whatever.
Yeah.
That's my take.
What the? I appear to have buggered up the end of my video, or is this just taking too god? Yeah, as I thought. Yeah. It's a pain in the bum. It's fine though. I've accidentally rendered a little bit extra on the end of it. You see. But it's fine. But yeah, I went onto his channel and he put me to the court, and he said, you stand accused of being a cyberbully, and I said, okay, you got proof? And he went, well, no, you got to defend yourself. I said, no, you need to provide proof. It's not up to me to have the burden of proof, Mr. G-Man. He didn't like that, but I answered him anyway. And then I went on to the Geek Room's stream afterwards, where he came on there. There are a group of lads that are, they are anti-theists. And he came on and we got into it on there as well. I called him cardboard cutout C-word. And then I spoke to him on stream yesterday, and we got into it on there. And he was the one controlling the StreamYard, but obviously people could hear me on my channel because I was streaming through OBS. And he muted me, and then that was it for him. He got mad. He got the mad at me basically. He got called every name under the sun, and then I left his hangout basically, and I carried on streaming to my own people. Yeah, he's a difficult individual.
Mary in Arizona says it's Matthew 7:1, in case you're still interested.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah. I don't know. He sounds like a real winner.
He's difficult. It's very, very difficult. Yeah. What is up with this?
What's up? What are you doing? Your video not working out right?
No, but I have this problem when I use DaVinci as well, because I taught myself how to use DaVinci Resolve. I wanted to use it for the compositing software Fusion that it has in it over Vegas. I didn't actually realize what the word compositing actually meant, and that I had been compositing this entire time in Vegas without even realizing that I was compositing. But there's a few things that you can do in DaVinci that you can't really do in Vegas. So you put a track in and you click on somewhere on the track and it doesn't show you what it actually is. It's rather irritating.
Yeah, my experience with DaVinci, I did try it out early on, and I found it to be much more resource intensive than even Vegas.
Fusion is certainly 100%. Fusion is way more resource intensive, and I think the problem there is because the software is built into Resolve. Whereas obviously where you have Premiere Pro, and then you have After Effects. After Effects is the compositing software.
Yes.
Those are two completely separate different programs, but they do obviously link up. The problem with this is because they're in the same program. So the editing part, I mean, it's all right. I actually found it was less resource intensive. But you put anything into Fusion and start using the nodes and stuff, then it gets a bit. I mean, it crashed about 5 times in a row for me the other day.
Oh,
Goodness.
Yeah, it's a nightmare. I mean, Vegas crashes like all the time when I try and do anything that's even remotely that resembles anything that could be construed for post-production. But it does actually remind me of Premiere Pro a little bit.
Yeah, it was very similar. It's been a while since I tried to use it, so maybe they fixed the resource problem. But yeah, it was very similar. It was similar enough that if you could use Vegas, you could use it. You know, you could figure it out. But
yeah, I mean, it's easier to use if you want things flying across the screen and stuff. Like, it's easier to do that. Where in Premiere Pro, they make it a little bit more difficult. Like, it has to be more of a mathematical equation when it's in Premiere Pro. But then again, Premiere Pro is editing software. You're supposed to do that kind of thing in After Effects. That's the point of the suite.
Well, After Effects just lets you do a lot more fancy stuff. You could just something simply flying across the screen. That's actually pretty easy in Premiere. If you wanted to like dance or spark or look good with the shit, yeah, you need After Effects. And I've tried to go in and learn After Effects, and it's like I don't do that much. I'm an influencer, not a video maker.
Every time I open it, mate, I get angry. I look at it because it takes about 20 minutes to load, and I'm like, oh. But I don't think it's as complicated as what people make out. The problem is that you have to watch a lot of tutorial videos to really learn it.
It's not real intuitive.
No,
and
it's not.
It shouldn't be because there's so much to it.
Hey, Sir Adamantine, a long time no see, bud.
What's going on, Addy?
Howdy, sir.
I mean, Vegas is all right and everything, but DaVinci is better. And I would even say that Premiere Pro is better than Vegas as well. Now, I can't say that across the board because I do know that Magic's Vegas released 17 recently as a part of a package called Vegas Post, and they have their own effects program like After Effects now. It's quite expensive. Like, Vegas has always been expensive, but basically they've got their own Photoshop now. They've got their own After Effects now, and Vegas 17, which I've been led to believe is actually far superior in terms of editing. But it's £800.
Wow,
it's a lot. I'm like, I ain't paid for that. DaVinci's free.
£800, so it's about $1,000 US. Good grief!
It's a lot. It's. I personally don't think that it's worth it.
Again, it depends on what you're doing with it.
Well, I mean, you pay £800 for these 3 programs. You know, a good alternative to Photoshop is Critter. A good alternative to After Effects is Fusion. So, and those are free.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I use GIMP. You know, the free.
Well, Critter's also free. I'm not a fan of GIMP. I prefer Critter to GIMP, and I thank Viper very much for putting me on today. It's actually a lot easier to learn than GIMP, and I also find it's less resource heavy.
I haven't even looked at GIMP since like it first came out, back when it actually looked more like Paint than it did Photoshop.
Yeah.
So it's been a long time, but I hear great things about it.
Yeah, it'll do anything that Photoshop will do, and it does have a little bit of a learning curve. I'll give you that.
They also tend not to be as optimized. Any of the off-brand ones. Look, guys, I'm not telling you don't go use them. I'm just be aware of what's going on.
GIMP doesn't appear to be too resource heavy, not in my experience. I could use it on my old laptop pretty easily. But the biggest kick I got against it is using text. yes, you can put text in it, and it's pretty simple. But if you want to do things like shadow or block text, you know what I mean? You want to make it fancy, that gets more complicated. You got to jump through hoops. Don't like that.
Mm. So what's been going on then? I saw a video earlier. I'm not familiar with the content creator, but he referred to a particular woman in England as a sovereign citizen, which I don't think is probably the correct descriptor, because I think of sovereign citizen as someone who rejects the Constitution and modern day law and stuff, right? So we don't have a constitution. We have the Magna Carta and everything, but we just layer laws on top of laws on top of laws. Like in the video, she's like out and about, and the police are telling her, like, what you doing? You may notice there's a quarantine going on, darling, and you're just wandering around the park. And she starts going on and on and on and on about all these different hoaxes. Like, seems to think that the police officers who are talking to her, like their radio, they use something called Tetra. It's their radio system. And she's like, there, microwaves come out of that.
Wow.
And I'm like, what?
Gonna get a brain tumor.
I'm like, okay. Why?
Well, aren't you guys the ones that have been going around attacking the 5G towers?
I didn't know Jeremy Corbyn had a brother until recently. You think you've seen British teeth before? Holy crap! Dude,
looks like a can opener.
Yeah, he does. He really does. Like you could open it up, but if he stood there and he's preaching to this group of people, middle of quarantine, about 5G towers and how there's not a quarantine and there's not a pandemic going on, and I'm like, this is Jeremy Corbyn's brother. I was like, where's Jeremy?
Yeah.
Grab your brother by the scruff of his neck, right? And take his ass home. What's wrong with you? Shit.
Where is it they've been trying to burn down the 5G towers? Because did you see the theory that 5G is causing coronavirus?
I had heard it. It keeps popping up every so often in my sub feed. And then I saw Jeremy Corbyn's brother spouting the exact same thing about 5G towers. And I was like,
people are retarded.
I was like, that's fucking retarded.
Well, remember, cell phones were supposed to give us all brain tumors.
Yes.
If that's so, the millennial generation is in real trouble.
Yeah, we are. I don't know. Have they been doing it stateside as well?
I want to say every time I've seen it, it's been over there, but don't quote me on that. Because look, we're not above being stupid.
No. Well, I know that, mate. I've seen your anti-vaxxers out in force recently, so yeah.
And the protests in Illinois. Oh, good Lord!
I love what's going around. The COVID is just a way to get more vaccines in us. Like, yeah, that's why it's here.
Yeah, like I get wanting to open up the economy a bit. I really do. I get it, right? Because food is going to be an issue at some point. And the economy itself is going to be a bit of an issue. Like, we need to open up some of it. Otherwise, countries are going to crash. I agree with that, but I don't think we should be totally opening everything up. I just don't think that's a good idea.
No, and I do appreciate our local government seems to want to do it slowly, slowly get back to normal. And I do appreciate that. And I agree with that. Actually, our mayor come out and said that Marion County, and basically Indianapolis is all of Marion County, will reopen the 15th. So the governor has come out and said the 11th. They're going to kind of sort of agree because we're the biggest, other than Gary, we're the biggest population center in the state. So, and the capital. So they're going to do, they're going to follow suit. But
yeah,
it's going to be slow. And he says at that point, it's not going to be everything. It's just that's when we're going to start the process.
Yeah, I believe we're doing something of a similar nature. I know Boris Johnson wants to open up some of it very slowly, but he is obviously apprehensive. I did see that there was a poll. I don't trust polls because they only ask like 4,000 people. It's not exactly representative, but it said 60% of the UK was apprehensive about opening up even a little bit. But it's like, well, food's going to become an issue soon, guys. So.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. What I'm interested to see is to see how this all affects our lives from here forward. Is it going to change how people, live from this point? How they interact out in the public and whatnot? Is this going to have a permanent effect on our society or what?
Well, I'm betting that there'll be a lot more of those survivalist types.
Yeah. I think you'll see that for a while, and then I think it'll just die down again. I think people they keep talking about how this could happen at any point. Yeah, it's always been that way, that it could happen at any point.
Sure, yeah.
We have a very connected society, and the closer we are together, the easier it is for something like a pandemic to blow the hell up.
Right. Look, guys, I'm a boomer. I grew up during the Cold War, which was very real and was in all of our minds at that time. Absolutely. I mean, we would have drills in elementary school on what to do during a nuclear attack, which was bend over and kiss your butt goodbye. But,
get underneath the desk.
So something like this, it just doesn't have that big of an effect on me. Am I going to protect myself? Sure. Am I going to freak out and change my lifestyle from here on out? No, probably not.
I probably wouldn't go to like a concert, but...
Yeah. Well, I haven't been to a concert in 20 years probably anyway, so...
That's a lot of people together, and this is still kind of fresh, but like if they opened everything up, I'd go where I needed to go, and then I'd go back home, like I always do.
Well, I'm a guy with personal space issues anyway. I have a bubble, and I don't want you in that bubble, and so I tend to not get too close to people anyhow, so...
I recently been diagnosed with MS. I ain't going anywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You and your abnormal brain.
Yeah. I've got the lumbar puncture on the 4th of April to confirm that it is in fact MS. But in my opinion, it is. I realize that's an uneducated opinion, but I figured that the doctor wouldn't book me into the MS clinic during the middle of a quarantine, right. Unless he felt the need to send me to them, and then they'll have to determine what type of MS it is, and that could take a year. So yeah.
Well, I've been busy working and stuff, and so I'm a little behind the times. Do they have any clue as to which form of MS or?
No, they can't do that. The MS clinic has to be the ones that diagnose it. Yeah, it's a pain in the butt.
Yeah. I got you.
Yeah, it's a pain in the backside, but it is what it is. I can't do anything about it, so
exactly.
I'm trying to deal with it in my head. But as you can imagine, I just got used to being at work again, which I spent a long time trying to get back into work. It sucks, having everything stripped from you. But I don't want to bring the tone of the stream down with woe is me stories.
It does, and very well with my philosophy because we've spoke in length behind the scenes at times. It's and when life hands you lemons, you make lemonade. You make the best of it.
I agree.
This is proof that work causes MS.
Can confirm.
You heard it here first, people. It's bad for you.
Yeah, it's just a pain in the ass, if anything, really. I mean, I'm basically back to being a full-time friggin' YouTuber, which I didn't want to continue doing that. But I'm looking for ways to, not put all my eggs in one basket. And I was approached by somebody recently that suggested that I have potential in something. I'm not going to say what it is publicly because it's not going to be a public thing. But there's potential there. So yeah.
Good. So I have a question. if it gets bad enough where you need one of the voice boxes, is it going to have a British accent or?
You know what? People with MS need voice boxes.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't believe that that's an issue. I know that we have aphasia issues, but should it ever become an issue, I'm going to have one with basically your voice, Bloodwing.
There you go.
Yeah,
I'll be glad to voice it for you.
Yeah, because I can really mess with people.
And the first thing I will record for you.
Hey, y'all.
No, I won't do it. I won't do it. I won't do it.
Oh, no, you better not do it. I realized where you were going with that.
Because I know it creeps you out.
Don't do it. Don't do it. It'll make my brain lesions worse.
But having said that, you know, one of the conditions of this stream is you got to cover for the old man while he has to go empty the old radiator. And it's
well,
that
of course,
time, folks. So,
of course.
Monkey, Alex, I'll be right back.
Yeah,
hold on to things.
It's all good. We got this. We stream all the time. God.
Some of us more than others.
Well, I mean, you stream a ridiculous amount to the point where I think it might give you MS at some point.
Yeah, probably. It's almost like work.
You love it, mate. That's why you do it.
I do, of course. It also gives me something to do.
Yeah, there's also that. Yeah, I'm surprised that I don't see you streaming more on your gaming channel. I've been meaning to come into them. It's just that whenever you're doing it, like I've either got a massive shit on or I'm doing something.
A massive shit on.
Yeah, I'm throwing my dolls at the pram. Is what I'm saying.
No, I got you.
Yeah.
I just never heard that phrasing.
Yeah.
No, well, the gaming one, that is my. It's not a priority. If that makes sense.
Well, of course not. Is it monetized?
Yes, just got
awesome
recently.
Oh well, congratulations! Well done.
Maybe 3 weeks ago now, something like that.
Nice.
Yeah, I haven't got to be on there very much. Like right now, I have a serious problem going on with my throat. I'm trying to talk as much as I can here, guys, but I'm also trying to rest my throat a little bit at the same time. But we've also been playing 76, and we've been playing it. I like to get on my game channel after Lords of the Night on the nights we don't have a scheduled game channel or game stream.
Mm.
And when we've just been doing them all the time, that doesn't leave much of that open.
Yeah, I feel you. I've noticed that I get a bit of fatigue, shall we say, with my issue. Yeah, I get fatigue for no reason half the bloody time. It's really annoying. So I find myself unable to continue with working on stuff, and that really pisses me off when it happens, because I just want to get a video done, or I want to live stream, or I want to finally get around to continuing with the second channel, and it's like, oh my god.
I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. You should have been here. My wife just got up from her computer, was going to go get her something to eat, and forgot to take her headphones off. So she didn't get far.
Been there.
Same.
And Sean DW, I always interact with the chat. If you said something that I should have interacted with, it's because I didn't see it. If I didn't, so sit down.
He thinks you're in the corner. He doesn't think highly of you. He thinks you're an animal, basically, is what he's saying.
Speaking of games, Viber versus wireless headphones. Yeah, well, is what it is. It wouldn't have been near as funny, Viber. I wouldn't have got a laugh.
What was it? A week, 2 weeks ago, when I was live streaming and I had my legs crossed, and then I uncrossed them and tried to cross them again, and I pulled the headphone out of my speaker and damn near shit myself. In the process. I was like, oh my god! I was like, what's that? I have a nervous disposition. Okay.
Speaking of games, is anybody playing any new ones of late? I mean, Steam's been having. If you look for them, they've been having heck of a deals. free
yes,
games.
yes, they
I'm
have.
talking AAA titles.
Yes,
Free
they have.
games, $2 for this one, $5 for that one.
I've been playing Stranded Deep.
Oh,
it's a game that appeals to my autism. As I said earlier, it's a game where it's basically you ever seen the movie Castaway? It's pretty much that if it was a game. There's even a fucking Wilson on one of the islands. I was
going to ask if you
yeah. There's even a Wilson on one of the islands. Like you crash in the sea, you swim out of the plane, you get on your raft, and then it kind of fades to black, and then you're on an island, and it kind of gives you a little tutorial on how to survive, and then that's it. And you go on this little island, and you have to go exploring, and you can be affected by like being poisoned by things, or you can be dehydrated. You can get horribly sunburnt as well, to the point where you get blisters on your skin.
You play a black character so that doesn't happen.
Yeah, this is not an option.
And black people can get sunburns. I've seen
yes, they can.
Stop with your lies.
You're breaking his narrative. Stop it.
How dare you, sir?
Yeah.
It's fun.
I've personally picked up quite a few new games lately because they've just been having just really great deals. I mean, I picked up Alien Isolation for $2.
Bargain. But there's a game that would scare the shit out of me. I'll make it more expensive.
When I was playing through a little bit of it, I said, Alex couldn't play this.
I watched Harmful Opinions play it on Twitch, and no. And
I've been trying to get into the Total War series, and they've been offering those for like $2 and $5. And I know, Monkey, you've got at least one of them. I forget which one, but at least one of them.
Yeah. Shit, I don't remember which one I have. Total War Rome is awesome.
Yeah. Bit of a learning curve for those games.
Oh, indeed.
Yeah. But I'm getting into it. And trying to play RimWorld again for the first time. I didn't realize it'd been so long. It'd been 2 years almost since I last played it.
Wow.
Really?
Yeah. I'm not very good at it, but I've been looking at some guides and stuff to try to help me learn how to build a better base. And
mate, no one is good at it. No one.
I do have one mod. I got that mod where you can actually fiddle around with their stats and stuff instead of just re-rolling a random.
Yeah, that's fair.
Try to get a better start, you know. It's like I want to just pay through this once and have a chance, okay?
I like to get if you want to try something really hard, go
just
in
play
there.
The game on normal.
Get a family unit together.
Yeah.
Get one because they have them where they're related to each other. Wait until you get like a wife and a husband, and then just bring in a pretty girl or a beautiful man, and just watch everything fall to shit because of a fight between them. They'll stab each other.
Yeah, they will. They will, 100%.
Well, in my current game, for the first time ever, I had successfully captured a raider, put him in jail, but then I let him die later of an infection.
The game is surprisingly deep. It really is. You could play that game 10 times in a row, and you'll have 10 very different experiences.
Yep.
Cannibalistic Wizard says, I want to see Bloodstream Alien. I can stream it. I mean, I've been doing some game streaming, and I absolutely can. But if you're expecting someone that does a lot of reaction to horror games, I'm not that guy because I'm just immune like crap. Can they startle me? Sure. Jump scare, that's a jump scare. But yeah, I mean, I can do it, but don't expect me to act like Alex and rage quit the game because I'm too freaking scared.
Don't bully me.
The other day, it was yesterday. I was playing this video on Monkey in the Morning. It was Nancy Pelosi, and the volume is really, really low. So I had to turn my volume way up so that the audience could hear it through Streamlabs.
Right.
And I got a donation, and I have my Streamlabs alerts on.
Yep.
And so this ding, I about shit myself. It's scarier than anything I've done in a game. you ever want to screw yourself, try that. I love watching Alex play 7 Days to Die.
Yeah, I've played quite a bit of 7 Days to Die with Alex, and it is it's entertaining.
Who said that? Who said that? I can't see the chat.
That's Stargazer Nights.
Oh, what's going on? Nuts. Yeah, I know. I shit myself. Anything. I'm like a cat. Yeah, you see those videos where they put like a cat next to a cucumber, and then they see it for the first time, and they just explode. Like that's me. But then again, you know, it's not only horror games that get me. To be fair,
for a time, Alex and I had a 7 Days to Die game going that just he and I were in, and we were playing. I'd be off digging some hole, mining minerals. Oh my god! Oh my god! You're right over there, Alex. Oh my god! It was entertaining.
Yeah, because they'd always get me like when I'm digging, and it'd be like a pack of dogs or something, and then like I wouldn't even hear it because I'd be talking to you or whatever, and then ruff, 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 and I can't get away. I can't even run because I'm in the hole.
Yeah, it's fun. It's fun. We need to do that again now that I've got a rig that will actually play the game. So
we should.
Yeah,
we should. I need to reinstall it actually. I've been picking up some games. I have yet to play them. I picked up that roller. It's like Roller Coaster Tycoon. I have yet to play it though.
Parkitecture?
No, the other one.
Oh, what's the other one?
You remember because there was Parkitect, and then there was the other one that was meant to be more like it was more design based than it actually was game based kind of thing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about, don't you?
Yeah, because I was looking at it myself the other day.
I'll be able to tell you in a second when I finish this. There we go, finished finally. Fine.
Yeah, don't make us wait.
Sorry, mate. I'm writing the credits in my video, mate. It takes a little while to do. Okay.
No excuses.
All right. I also installed Destiny 2 recently.
I've never played Destiny.
Planet Coaster, it's called.
Yes, both of those are excellent games.
It's installed, but I have yet to play it.
Yeah, that one's fun. That's one I actually sprung for DLC because they have a Back to the Future DLC on it.
Yeah, I've seen that.
And a Knight Rider one, so I had to do both.
Yeah. I've got so many new ones of late because they've just been so cheap that I'm in the same boat. I've got some that I haven't even started playing yet.
I started Doom.
Really?
Yeah. And you know how I have like
I'm
a big
surprised
beef
at that actually.
Well, no, you shouldn't because I loved the Doom 2016. I loved it, but the one thing I didn't like about Doom 2016 was the platforming. And there's a lot more platforming in this, and I damn like my missus pulled me up because I got serious rage, and she was like, "You had a go at Reese the other day, right?" Because I could hear him game raging in his bedroom on his Xbox. He's like, "You had a go at him the other day, and now what are you doing?" I went, "Don't hold me to the same standard."
Oh, me, yeah. One of the funniest things, because I'm a gamer, my children are gamers. We're sitting out in the living room one day, and my son's room was down the hall. He had his door closed, and obviously his headphones on. He's like 10 years old, and I hear him go, "What the fuck is this stupid shit?" My wife, "Are you gonna go talk to him?" Like, I suppose so.
I guess I will.
But I understand his rage, honey.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah, exactly. The anger that's currently going.
He's got the gamer mouth.
I do not appreciate Doom Eternal's bullshit platforming.
I hate platforming in any
Why
game.
does Doom have platforming? It's not.
It slows the pace down. Like in Doom Eternal, there's a lot of things that slow the pace down. That I'm just like, well, why? You know, I just want to continue emptying bloody my clip. Come on. Like the point of the game is just to start shooting, and you never quite stop shooting.
Right.
You know, I'm not great, especially at first person shooters. I have always been a bigger fan of third person, but
I like first person shooters, and one of the things that started putting me off them is they started doing that. It wasn't as bad like in Half-Life 2. I mean, it was more puzzles, and I'm not a big puzzle fan either. Just let me shoot things. Hey, bring me like some Call of Duty, some Allied Assault. Just let me go in there and kill Germans.
Yeah. That's fair.
I hate platforming, and mostly because I suck at it.
Yeah,
I don't like it.
I have a hard time judging distance and stuff. I got a mess. Leave me alone.
In so many of them, I mean, there's like no room for error, not even a tiniest bit. And to where you'll either die or you have to go repeat a large section of it for no fucking reason.
Oh yeah. And there's usually a bit of in Doom Eternal, there are those areas where you have to drudge through them because it's all like sticky or whatever, and it slows you right down. I'm just like, what? But why?
Faithless, actually, that's a good question for somebody that's not a gamer. Bit of a noob. What is platform? Platforming is where you have to jump up on this ledge and then this ledge that's moving and then this ledge over there and then double jump in the air and hit this one. That's platforming.
Yeah. And the thing is, like Doom's 2016 and Doom Eternal, they both had like these secret areas, right? And you had to collect collectibles and all that. And it's like, you're looking at an area and it looks like a blatant area where there might be like a secret, and you try and get over there, and then you just fall into a pit of doom and death.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, thanks for that. I appreciate it. Dick.
Yeah, that it's kind of one of my complaints. That was one of my only complaints about, because I have been from time to time playing through Borderlands 3, is there are parts underground where it forces you to platform. I'm like, this is Borderlands. Why am I platforming? Stop it.
The only first-person games, I suppose, that probably got it right. I never played Mirror's Edge, but I imagine Mirror's Edge got it right. And Dying Light got it right. For the platforming, but
Dying Light was made partially. I mean, it's they call themselves a what's it called? What's that? Jumping around stupid shit.
Parkour.
Yeah,
parkour. I don't know how you pronounce it.
Parkour. Zombie
parkour.
Game. Parkour. Yeah. You're gonna be jumping in that game, and it makes sense. And you go from ledge to ledge, and that was actually a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's kind of like an Assassin's Creed game. You understand that there's going to be a lot of jumping around on rooftops and whatnot. So,
agree. Right, can I render this now? I think I can. Boom. Right, okay, it's rendering. Well, Far Cry 3 and 4. I mean, I weren't a big fan of 4. And I Far Cry 3 was okay for platforming, but we've all attempted to climb a radio tower and missed the ledge and fell from the top. You have to do that in Dying Light as well.
I wouldn't consider those platformers. They had platform moments. But most of the time on the towers, you just had to make sure you went up the right ladder. You weren't required, again, most of the time, to jump from here to there. That's more of a Dying Light thing.
Yeah, it's not often you have to do any platforming in Far Cry 3.
And Brown Coat Boaz, how you doing?
Michael, I've played Black Desert Online. If you like the aesthetic and you like the grind of an MMO, then go for it. I thought that it was beautiful. I thought the graphics were stunning. The life skills aspect of it is a little bit confusing, if I'm honest. There's a lot of haters on that game, which I think is really unjustified. People were like, oh, to get anywhere, you've got to put real money into it. Well, I'm like, well, it's an MMO, dickhead. And it's not that bad.
Camaria J, 3 is a far superior Sims game. What are you doing with Sims 4? What the heck?
This is the problem, right? She comes from the Hader Nation, Hader community. I'm at in you, bitch. They all like the Sims 4. And I've told them all the Sims 4 is garbage. I don't know what's wrong with them.
That is the ball sack of the Sims universe.
Yeah, I mean, give me Sims 1 over that. Shit.
The only thing worse than The Sims 4 was the Sim City that came out around the same time.
Oh, yeah.
The latest Sim City. Oh, God, that was horrible.
The one that forced you to be online?
The one that forced me to uninstall it and get my money back.
I gave more dough a go the other day. Is that game finished? I don't think it was finished. So I refunded it. It was a bit clunky.
What was that?
Mordo or Mordau. I don't know how you pronounce these bloody things. It's a battle royale online kind of medieval battle simulator. And not all of it's battle royale. There are different modes. Like you can team up with with your friends and go up against PvE. I played PvP. At my second fight, all I heard was "Ha ha! Hello, sir!" And I was like, "What the fuck?" And then I'm being attacked by some guy who's naked with a sword, and I was like, "What's going on right now?" But no, it was a bit of fun. But I did choose to refund it because I thought I'll come back when it's finished.
Yeah,
because I don't feel like it's finished. I feel like it's missing a lot from
Pat,
the game.
I guess if you're going to play Sims 4, that's the way to do it. He says, I got Sims 4 knocked up SDA with triplets.
I got Sims 3 knocked up my whole town.
Yes,
he did. I watched him do it. Oh, God. I know that I got other games recently.
I've been playing a bit of No Man's Sky, which Monkey's familiar with.
Mm-hmm. The only new one I've gotten recently, I did pick up, what is it? Streets of Rage 4 just came out.
Mm-hmm. Oh, awesome. I remember playing that on Sega.
Yeah, me and Satsu, we did a brief play of that just one night because we have the Master Collection you can get on Steam with all the old Sega games. If you don't have it, keep an eye out for that if you like the old Sega games because it's fairly cheap and it has all of them. I mean, your Sonic games, your Streets of Rage game, your Toe Jam and Earl if you like those, Eco the Dolphin, Echo, however he said his name. All kinds of them. Anyway, we played that one time and had a lot of fun with it. So this just came out and it's 10% off right now, or at least it was the other day. So
I also bought Far Cry 5 and Far Cry New Dawn because they were on sale. I haven't played it yet. I will get around to it though.
I had so much fun in 5. New Dawn was great, but 5 was so much fun. I've played through 5 3 times.
Oh, really? I do remember watching you play some of that.
Oh, I have so much. My favorite part is when me and Satsu were together and he's trying to sneak in somewhere and I go in guns blazing and I hear, "Damn it, monkey!"
He likes being a stealth player.
Well, you get special bonuses if you go in and take over settlements quietly.
Oh yeah, just like in 3.
Yeah, you don't set off any alarms, that kind of thing. And you know what? That's fine. And we did that sometimes, but sometimes it's like, I just want to kill bitches.
Yeah, I just want to shoot stuff.
Yeah, that's fair. It's totally fair.
Just finished Far Cry. Did you like it?
Oh, we have to wait now.
The end was like, really? But anyway.
Yeah. I've never been too much into the fighting games, like Streets of Rage and all that. Now my son was J-Kid. He was really into them, but
well, Streets of Rage, I mean, it's a little bit different than just a normal fighting game because it's comical fighting.
Mm-hmm.
I never really got into like Mortal Kombat in them. I could never do those very well. So it's like, this is shit. It was always a game, never me.
Yeah, right.
Oh, of course, of course. But it's this fucking game. This game's bullshit.
Bunch of bullshit.
Yeah, Reese's mouth. I tell you what, I have to go out there and tell him sometimes, man, because he loses it. Like I get angry, but holy shit, man. Holy crap, he gets mad.
Well, that day with my son, I just poked my head into his room. I'm like, I can hear you, right? Oh.
Fuck off, Dad.
Oh, I just love it when people are wearing headphones and they don't realize how loud they're being.
Oh, yeah.
I do it myself. We all do it. But
yeah, agree. I'm going to have to go to set up for my stream, guys. But thank you very much for having me this evening. I appreciate it. Mr. Wing, Mr. Monkey, I shall bid you adieu.
All right, man. Have a good day.
I will do, man. Oh, okay. Hold on a moment. I put the StreamYard in a different bloody tab. Yeah, I'll see you guys later. Have a good stream, guys. And I'll catch you soon. Peace.
And then there were two.
And then it got quiet.
Yeah. No, it's because I was looking over at chat. I hadn't looked at it for a minute. And I can't read and talk at the same time, you know.
I try. I do my best, but my chat knows how I am, so.
Yeah. Yes, they do.
They still whine about it like it's their first time on the stream.
Yeah. Well,
he's ignoring us.
I don't know if you noticed, but just previous you coming in, the chat was saying, just wait, Monkey will stream now.
No, if it wasn't for this, I wouldn't have streamed at all. I took a full day off of Monkey in the morning because I'm going to have to break out of here soon too. My throat is starting to get hurt again.
Well, the stream is not going to go on much longer anyway. 4:30 is the end time.
Okay.
Yeah. So if you need to leave, you're good. I can handle it. The last stream I done the whole thing by myself. So.
Yeah, I hate doing it, but my voice is my moneymaker, dude. So
yeah,
I'm trying to protect it the best I can. So everybody, thank you for hanging out. Watch him for the next half hour and throw money at him. Blood, thanks for having me on, man.
Hey, no problem. Anytime. You know it.
And you have a good one. I'll see you around.
See you later, Muggy. All right, chat is just you and me. Just you and me. So we can take this last half hour of the stream and turn it over to you. What do you want to talk about? Give me something. As long as it's not something, let's stay away from the politics, maybe. But anything else? Brown, because it says, I think Twitter has me throttled or blacklisted or something. Yeah, sometimes I feel like I'm being shadow banned sometimes. But that's Twitter for you. So what else we got? I'll give it a minute for chat to catch up because I know there is a little bit of a delay. But I hope everybody's in the meantime. Hope everybody that showed up is doing fine. Hope your Saturday's been treating you good and that you're not going too bananas in lockdown. Payday 2, old man. I've seen it. I've looked at it. If I caught it on sale, I would probably buy it, but I've never played it. I've never honestly played it, so couldn't tell you. It does look interesting, though. It kind of says I mostly just observe on Twitter. Sometimes it's funny. Yeah, sometimes it is. I was cracked up earlier today on the trending topics that they were recommending for me to look at. I'm like, what makes you think I want to look at that? Because some of it's kind of it says it's on sale now. Well, it depends on how much it's for, but we'll see. I'm getting down to the bare minimum on my the only money that I've got to play with in that way is my PayPal account. And I'm down to about where I've got to save what I can of that because that's also that's my fix my truck account. So I'm going to have to get my truck going as soon as I can because we're probably going to sell Dad's van and get what we can out of to help pay for his care. $4.99, huh? Well, I might have to give it a look. But Keeper Dan says, how's my daughter doing? Which one? The one we had to go fund me for? She's doing fine. She's doing fine if that's the one you're talking about. I have 2 daughters, you know. The only thing is that Payday 2 gets its fixes from DLCs. See, that's been the killer for me. They've had some good deals, but then they don't necessarily include the DLCs for whatever game it is, and that's where they get you. But yeah, daughter's doing fine as last I know. Her job's been deemed essential, so she's been out working and carrying on. And So yeah, she's trying her best to go on with life. Hopefully she's planning on moving when she can, and we'll hopefully get her a little closer to us because she's all the way on the other side of town right now from us. So, we'll hopefully get a little closer so we can help her out a little more. Keyword M says yes, her. Yeah. And the other daughter is the one that you guys know as Mama Minnie, and she lives up in Michigan with her brood. So, as far as I know, they're all doing fine, doing okay. Just like the rest of us, trying to get through this whole COVID lockdown thing the best that we can, and the best that we can. But yeah, I was looking at Twitter and wondering. Of course, it's changed now because it does change up. But the trends that they're recommending for me, I didn't know. Why do you think I'm interested in that? Like, for instance, right now, hashtag World Naked Gardening Day. What makes you think I'm interested in that? Because I don't remember doing anything on my Twitter account that would make you think that. You know, or there was a release. What's her name? Yeah. Well, maybe it'll come to me later. But Candace, release Candace. Like, I know who Candace Owens is, and I'm sure that's who it's about. I don't follow her or interact with her at all, or much interact with anybody that does. So I don't know why you're recommending this to me. Iceman Northland says, nothing in my life has changed because of this pandemic, because I'm a truck driver. Yeah, and our supply lines are essentials, so I get you. Got to keep them supply lines going. My wife works for FedEx, and it's the same thing. Got to keep them supply lines going. So she's been working through this whole thing. So yeah. Faithless's Twitter trends are social engineering. Yeah, I can see that. Yeah, it's like I don't know why you're recommending this to me because I have no interest in it whatsoever. Kyler says, "Why does Twitter think I give a single crap about K-pop?" Right? That's I don't get it either. I don't get it at all either. I don't understand. Like earlier today, it was recommended to me Illinois Nazi, and I do know what that's about. It's not just a reference to the Blues Brothers, which is one of my all-time favorite movies, by the way. But some idiots over in Illinois that aren't using good judgment at all, at the very least, and at the very worst, they're Nazis. I don't know. And the signs they're wearing. But why am I supposed to be interested in that? I don't get it. Just because I'm a conservative, do you think I'm going to agree with them? No, of course I don't. Sorry for the pause. I was turning my head to reach for my coffee so I wouldn't knock it into the floor because I've been known to do that. Blues Brothers 2000 was not good. No. I'm talking about the original movie, which is just a classic. And I will rewatch it now and again to this day. I love the Blues Brothers movie. First seen it when it was first run at the theater. Went to see it at the theater. And I've loved it ever since. Iceman Northland says traffic has been virtually non-existent. Yeah, it was that way for a long time around here, but it's been picking back up closer to normal. So I don't know if people are just going about their lives, I guess. Do you know about the mall that was used in that movie? Oh my God. Well, I remember the scene you were talking about. I do remember hearing something about the mall, but at the moment, my old man's brain is failing me and I don't remember what it was. You get to my age and you have the memory problems that I have. It's funny. I can't remember simple things from now, but I can remember trivial things, just little oddball stuff from 20, 30, 40 years ago. And names, forget about it. I've always been bad with names, and just even worse now. I just can't remember people's names to save my life. Terrible at it. But yeah, that is one of my favorite movies. Love the original Blues Brothers movie. It's just a classic in my opinion. And like right now, it's like Apologize to Wendy. Now I know what that's about because I went and looked because I thought, well, maybe he's talking about Wendy's, like the restaurant. And I know that sometimes their Twitter account is pretty funny. No, it's some celebrity that I don't know and don't care about is in some argument with another celebrity somewhere, something, or what am I, a 12-year-old girl? I don't care. Kyler says traffic hasn't changed that much here, but most of the traffic in my town is truckers passing through and stopping at the Sapp Brothers outside of town. Ah, I got you. Yeah. Here where I live, I live on the outskirts of a fair-sized city, and I've got a couple of high traffic roads that are very close to me, and it looks like traffic's just about the same, really. Real quick, thank you, Atheist Icon, for the Streamlabs donation. Get paid 82 or something else. Have a great day. Well, thank you. I might have to do that. Yeah. I think after the stream, the first thing I'm going to do is probably get me something to eat because I am getting hungry. Haven't eaten much. I've got to where I'm in a point in my life where I don't eat a whole lot early in the day. I haven't eaten breakfast in God, who knows how long, probably since high school, or at least not as a rule. I mean, here and there, but as a rule, I don't eat breakfast. But I've got to where I don't eat a whole lot early in the day. And it's come back to bite me because, like yesterday, I did not eat breakfast. So I brought a little bag of those little muffin bites that you can buy. We had some of those. So I threw that in my lunch bag and threw some popcorn chicken, in there to heat up, and took it with my lunch. And I ate the muffins. But I got so busy that I never got time to eat my lunch. So, boy, I was really hungry when I got home. But I just don't tend to eat a whole lot early in the day. But I'm getting to the point where I'm getting pretty hungry at the moment. And I have ate a little already today. Iceman Northern says, in Neverfield, Californians, I'm bringing a tanker load of liquid chocolate, Hershey chocolate. Got your back. Oh, chocolate. All about the chocolate. Love the chocolate. Shouldn't have it for a lot of reasons, but I love it. But yeah. So what else we got? We talked about the Twitter tags. We still got about 20 minutes to cover, people. And I see since Monkey and Alex has left, some of the people have dropped off. And that's okay. I know that there's people that come in just to see Monkey and to see Alex, and that's all right. That's okay. Is what it is. I'm okay with who I am. I'm a B tier at best YouTube celebrity. B tier within my own community, if you will. And I'm okay with that. Somebody's got to do it. Have you seen Raid Redemption? No. Is that a movie or a game? Because it's not ringing any bells in my head, so apparently I have not. I generally have something substantial around noon, Kyler says, and then eat a meal late in the day around 9 or 10 o'clock. Yeah, I eat much heavier in the evening than I do in the morning. I just don't eat a whole lot early in the day. And that's been a fairly recent thing for me. Like I said, I haven't had the habit of eating breakfast for a long time. Nuts says Alex's people followed him to a stream. Yeah, and I get that. Hey, go on. No hard feelings. Brown coat boy says you're a darn funny YouTuber. Dan. Yeah, I've been told that. My grandkids tell me that all the time. One of my granddaughters told me here a while back, "You're funny, Papa," and I'm like, "Thank you." I don't know if that's a compliment or not. And she goes, "No, it's a compliment because you make me laugh," and that made my day. That made my day. I do tend to make a lot of people laugh. My new manager likes me because I make him laugh. But
Which one?
huh?
Which one made said you was funny?
Here. Kara, yeah. Sorry, I was talking to my wife. She was asking me a question. Darn it, I beg your pardon. Yeah, Brown coat. No, nothing. No. You're fine. You can say what you want. It's just a personal thing. I don't use cuss words. It's just a personal thing. But you say what you want. I'm not going to censor you. I'm not. I'm not out here to censor anybody. Not going to happen. And if you've been a long time follower, you know I don't censor my chat. You have to really do something really terribly bad to get bounced from my chat. You know, like promote pedophilia or something like that might get you bounced. But anything short of that, probably not going to happen. Because I've got thick skin. Atheist Icon said it was a movie. No, I have not seen it. Is it on Netflix or whatever? Because that's the only movie platform, whatever you want to call it, that I have. It's Netflix. Browncoat says, I know that is just my way of being polite. Well, I appreciate that. But you don't have to worry about it. Let's see what else we got here. I'm trying, people. I'm trying, but I'm running out of ideas. Running out of ideas. Well, there's that free Candace is back, and yeah, I guess it is. I figured it was about Candace Owens. I don't know what it's about, and don't care. But apparently that's what it is. It's a good kung fu movie. Subtitles, be darned. Okay, well, I'm not opposed to subtitles. I've watched many. My wife hates movies with subtitles in them, but I don't mind it. It does not bother me at all. Kyler says I try to curb the profanity around you out of respect, and I appreciate that. I appreciate the respect, but it's not necessary. I'm not going to shame you, but don't expect me to pronounce it. Like Cryptic, if he's around, sometimes he'll try to trick me into saying it by giving me a super chat that has it in there. But it's just a game between he and I. Cryptic's my buddy. Yeah. But I do appreciate the respect. I do. I actually do. Let's see, what are murder hornets is trending for me? Oh yeah, oh goody, it's those big Asian hornets. You know, I guess they've showed up in the States somewhere. I didn't exactly see where, but I do know what it's about. Brown says I've been trying to rein in my tongue for a while now. It's good practice. Sure, of course it is. Yeah, it's and using language like it's a habit, like anything else. And I get it. People get in the habit. And there was a time in my life that I had it, uh, and it was not an easy one to unlearn. But I think that it's pretty much second nature to me. What gets me is the ones that say, well, you say this or you say that, and you know what you really mean. No, I say what I really mean. If I say darn, that's what I really mean, darn. Or dadgummit, or, whatever. That's what I really mean. But yeah, I haven't watched a lot of movies. I have watched. I'm more apt to watch a documentary on Netflix than I am a movie. Every once in a while, I'll watch a movie if something really piques my interest. The only reason I watched that movie I was talking about earlier, the action movie, was because I was really, really, really tired, and I didn't want to watch anything that I had to think about too much. So It looked like a good action movie. I turned it on, and I wasn't disappointed. It was a decent action movie, and it didn't make me think too much because I was really tired at that. Really worked it hard. But generally, I watch documentaries and so forth. Um, Last night, I started watching a documentary on there about the serial killer, and I told you I was bad at names, and my brain has let me down. I can remember the name of his partner, Otis Toole. Doggone it. Uh, Help me out, chap. What's his name?
What?
Serial killer. Not too bright, but he confessed to a lot more than what he actually did. And
Jeffrey Dahmer, Steve.
Kyler says, I got a stack of brand new Blu-rays I haven't got around to watching yet. Just don't feel like it, I guess. Yeah, I got to be in the mood. Got to be in the mood. Bronco was got a lot of new little ones around. I had no idea how salty my tongue was until I started paying attention. It sounded like I thought a Colin was. Yeah, I know. Yeah, having the kids around could sure make you think about it. And of course, some people don't care and don't pay attention. I know the one you're talking about. I can't remember either. No, not the Green River guy. He actually did kill some people, but he confessed to like over 300 murders, and he didn't do all of them. Has the lazy eye, not very many teeth, not a very bright guy. Doggone it. I know how to find out somebody real quick, because you know I can't do two people, two things at once. Just look up the name Otis Toole with an E on the end of it, and it'll tell you who he is, who he was is his partner, because he was believed to have been his partner on some of the murders. I just can't remember his name. I was just watching it last night, and that's odd because that's really something that I will usually remember is serial killer's name because I'm so fascinated with it and so into it. It's just I'm having a brain fart, having an old man moment, and I just I can see his face right in front of me, but I can't think of his name. That's terrible, awful. And I call myself an aficionado on serial killers. How dare I? Henry Lee Lucas. Thank you, Kyler. Thank you. My gosh. How could I not remember that? But yeah, I started watching that last night. And that's the kind of thing I usually consume. I love the documentaries. And it doesn't have to be about serial killers, it just has to be something that interests me. It could be about history, or whatever. I'm all about the documentaries. I love them. Bores my wife and two of my kids to death. Mama Minnie has my love of documentaries as well, but it bores the rest of them to death. They'll leave the house, leave the room, or whatever. But
There's something for you to watch.
what is it?
The Fall of the Cabal.
Follow the Cabal.
It has to do with this coronavirus.
Oh, yeah. I hear enough about the coronavirus. I don't need to hear more
it's
about
things that we
it.
don't know about it.
Kyler says, I didn't think to Google it until you said something, but I'm old. Yeah, I know. And I've got the same problem. And it was funny that I could remember his partner's Tool, his partner's name, Tool. That was his name, and not his, because he was, Henry Lee was better known, and there was actually a movie very lightly based on him called Henry. And Otis Toole was lesser known, and his was the name I could remember. I don't know. Old man brain, no figuring out how it works, because I don't even know. I don't even know. But if it is a documentary on a serial killer, I'm usually all about it. I'll get around to watching it sooner or later, because that just fascinates me, and always has. And you guys, I've talked about it before. You guys know that. It fascinates me because I want to know what makes these people so different than I am. What is broken in their brain, and what broke it that makes them think that this behavior is okay, or that they're all right with it, or they have no emotion about it. And I'll probably never figure it out. No one will probably ever completely figure it out, but it fascinates me. And it's not that I'm a fan. He says with air quotes you can't see. I'm not. They're despicable, terrible human beings. I'm just fascinated by it. Is all. Fascinated by it. But yeah, I do kind of consider myself as a layman expert of that sort of thing because I've done a lot of study of it. Brown Coboa says, I had a roomie that was into true crime and wound up reading all his books. Should I be worried that Richard Kuklinski is my favorite serial killer or that I have a favorite serial killer? No, no. You know, if that's as far as it goes, you shouldn't be worried about it. Kyler says, I've just come to the conclusion that some folks are just wrong. And yeah. And I just recently finished a small series of documentaries about the Unabomber. And that was very interesting. I found that very interesting. And it went into quite detail of his crimes, of course, and all the things surrounding it, and him living out in the middle of the woods, in the middle of nowhere. And, you know, actually, if it hadn't have been for his family reading this manifesto that he had published in the papers and seeing a similarity in the writing, his writing style of some of the letters that he had sent to them, his family, he may never have been caught. I don't know. Kaczynski, the Unabomber. So, yeah, he was a strange, fascinating character. Very extremely. He was one of them that was very, very super intelligent. But yeah, there was something wrong with his wiring. Some folks come off the line with faulty wiring. Yeah, yeah, and there's probably something to be said for environment with some of them. You know, not all of them. Some of them come from very good backgrounds. I mean, Dahmer himself, if I recall correctly, had a very decent home life. You know, so a variety of things go into it, and it's not all the same for all of them. So it's what makes it tough to catch them sometimes. But the thing that makes it tough to catch them most of the time is there's usually no connection between their victims and them. You know, Kaczynski was a little bit of a different case, the Unabomber, because there were some connections between some of his victims, and or the universities and so forth that the businesses that he would mail bombs to. There were connections there. They just couldn't figure out what it was. Actually met the Unabomber before he started mailing bombs out. Johnny Hellcat did. Oh, really? Wow. So we have something in common because I actually met a serial killer online, not in person, but you know, before he was caught. And that's a whole nother story. I don't have the time now to get into that, but I've talked about it on this stream before and on other streams. But yeah, interesting. I'd like to sit down and talk to him about it sometime. But yeah, and we're getting there. I see looking at the clock, but we're getting close enough, and I'm starting to lose my voice. So I think I'm going to end it here because I'm getting really hungry. My stomach is talking back to me fiercely. Cannibalistic Wizard says I'm a bad serial killer. Sometimes I space out and can eat an entire box of Fruit Loops. Well, my favorite is Life. That's the cereal that I like to eat. But yeah, I get you. But you got to be careful with that Fruit Loops. It'll turn your poop funny colors. Just so you know, in case you didn't know that. But I think I'm going to probably end it here, and because I'm losing my voice and I'm getting really hungry. Forgot to ask Monkey or Alex if there was anything they wanted to shout out when they were here, but we know that Alex is streaming here, so yeah, if you're so inclined, go watch that as soon as you leave here. Monkey, I think it's on his channel tonight. I think, Lords of the Night. Go check that out. As for me, I have to work tomorrow, but it's just a few hours early in the morning, so I'll be okay to game stream tomorrow afternoon, probably around 6 p.m. Not sure if I'm going to do more of the Bioshock, but I'm gonna I might. I've got some other games I have in mind of streaming. I don't know. We'll see. Um, and I am off for 3 days after that. So there will be a stream on Tuesday, none on Thursday, but I only have to work early in the morning on Saturday. So there should be a stream next Saturday. So be on the lookout for those things. But anyway, yeah, I'm going to end it there, guys. And it wasn't, I almost made it. It's just 5 minutes early. So, yeah, thanks for coming out. Appreciate y'all. Thanks for the donations. Kyler says, so folks can watch my game stream right before yours. Well, there you go. Hey, and if you can't, I don't know if the chat will allow you, but go ahead and put the link in there. You know, link to your stream. Go ahead. Don't get me started on Cocoa Pebbles. Okay. Anyway, I'm going to call it there, guys. And thanks for coming out. I appreciate you. I've always said it, and I'll say it again. This is your channel. I just run it. That's all it is. Couldn't exist without you. But until next time, get out of my yard. Good night, sweetheart. It's time